어차피 죽을 애였어. 고통을 빨리 끝내준 것뿐이야.
함부로 뒷거르지 마.
Squid Game's first season has been all anybody's been able to talk about, and if you've watched it, then you know why. It's rare for international productions outside of Hollywood to get so much attention, but with Netflix, shows like Money Heist and Squid Game have gotten exposure and recognition that they deserve. The brilliant writing and directing by Hwang Dong-hyuk, coupled with amazing performances by now worldwide actors like Park Hae-soo and Lee Jung-jae, has made this Korean thriller a breakout hit. With talks of Hollywood adaptations, which I personally wouldn't care for, we can only count the days until Season 2's premiere. Warning, there will be major spoilers for Season 1 from this point. While some viewers are still mourning the deaths of beloved game players like Ali Se-wook and Ji-young, Season 2 will offer a whole new cast of characters and a possible shot at vengeance for Ji-hun. The last we saw of him, he was about to board a flight to go see his daughter in the United States, but I'll get back to that later. So when will Season 2 come out? Who will be in it? Let's find out.
피를 많이 흘렸어요. 빨리요.
You know the drill by now, so let me give you the abridged version. Squid Game is all about a bunch of extremely broken, indebted people who voluntarily enter a deadly game of wits and physical strength. Why? For money, of course. Some of these guys are millions of dollars in debt and they need quick cash. The prize, 45.6 billion won, which is around $38 million. Yeah, cold, hard cash. What's the catch? The contestants have to win each round to move on to the next one. If you lose, you don't go home, you die. Alright, now that that's out of the way, let's get into it. First things first, we have to address the recently deceased elephants in the room. I know what you're thinking. How the heck will Season 2 happen when every character from the first season except for Ji-hun and the game makers are all dearly departed? All of the main characters, namely Se-wook, Sang-woo, Jun-ho, Ali Abdul, and Min-yu are gone, and this doesn't seem like the type of show to tug at our emotions and then bring people back from the dead, doesn't it? Well, actually, Squid Game has already done that before. Remember contestant number 1, the sweet old man who is oblivious to the gore of the game? Oh Il-nam tugged at all of our hearts when it was revealed that he had a brain tumor that would for sure lead to his death. Perhaps the heaviest moments was a marble scene where he was constantly tricked by Ji-hun before sacrificing himself for Ji-hun to move on to the next round. We were in tears until the final episode when it was revealed that Oh Il-nam was not dead, nor was he a real player. He was a game maker and game host, and the survival contestant was some sick and twisted idea he and his rich friends came up with. That was a major betrayal that even the cast said they didn't expect while reading the script. If they could do that for Oh Il-nam, then they might just punch us in the gut again for Season 2. Another clue about Season 2 lies in Netflix listings. Whenever they have a limited series that is not meant to continue, they let us know. The popular story about a chess genius, The Queen's Gambit, was listed as a limited series. So no matter how wrapped up we are in Beth Harmon's rise to the top, there was no way we would ever see her again. But Netflix has listed Squid Game as a seasonal series, and with massive successes, there's no way they would deny a second season. There's also news about Netflix investing in Korean dramas and having its own K-drama section, given the Squid Game success. Another K-drama titled My Name that follows a young woman's journey of revenge has already cracked the Netflix top 10 streaming series in several countries. So with those stats, here's what Season 2's Squid Game could be about.
기억 안 나? 우리 손가락 걸고 깐부 맺은 거.
Season 1 ended up with a time jump into the future, following Ji-hun a year after he won the survival game. He's barely touched his money and his mom's death has left him disheveled, disillusioned, and out of touch. He finally wakes up when he is invited to a private meeting with none other than contestant number 1, who is dying for real this time. The two have a debate about the decline of society and whether anyone will ever truly help out a struggling person, and this conversation sticks in Ji-hun's mind. In fact, while he's on his way to the airport, he sees a recruiter from Season 1. He's in the subway slapping some desperate soon-to-be contestant just like he did Ji-hun. Ji-hun's good guy instincts kick in and he chases the recruiter only to miss him. But he does save the man from becoming another game contestant. Ji-hun is ready to walk away from the scars of the game and go and be with his daughter when his conscience scratches at him. He's already taken care of Se-wook's brother and Sang-woo's mother, but he feels burdened. He ends up turning away from the flight to hunt down the game makers as the credits roll. That alone kept the doors open open for Season 2. While writer and director Hwang Dang-hyuk had hinted that Season 2 might not be so close by, seeing as this story took nearly 10 years to get in production, it is a possibility. This time, we won't have to wait years for this concept to be accepted and understood. The director, Hwang, has also given us a big hint about what he would want Season 2 to be about. And with everyone from this season being dead, a prequel would make sense. He discussed focusing on the frontman's journey into the dark world of Squid Game. We all know that he won the games in 2015, and he left his normal life and his brother to run the survival contest. But how did he get there? According to Hwang, he was a police officer just like his brother, and the theme of his job would be the focus of Season 2. I think the issue with police officers is not just an issue in Korea. I see it on the global news that the police force can be very late on acting on things, says Hwang. There are more victims or situation gets worse because of them not acting fast enough. This was an issue that I wanted to raise. Maybe in Season 2 I can talk more about this. He gave more details on Season 2, saying I'd like to explore that storyline. What's going on between these two brothers? And then I could also possibly go into the story of that recruiter in the suit who plays the game of Juk with Ji-hun and gives him the card in the first episode. And of course, we could go with Ji-hun's story as he turns back and explain more about how he's going to navigate through his reckoning with the people who are designing the games.
게임에 참가를 원하십니까? 참가를 원하시면 기아의 이름과 생년월일을 말씀해 주세요.
성기훈 1974년 10월 31일.
Okay, I'm freaking out, aren't you? The endless possibilities are here. He'll probably get ample amount of time to write the second season, so don't expect a 2022 release date. But I know I'm going to wait for a good thing. Heck, we've been waiting 2 whole years for Stranger Things, and the Squid Game has already surpassed the spooky show alongside The Witcher and Bridgerton to become Netflix's top series. Though I expect things will be easier this time around, he will have a whole team of writers to work with him and brainstorm brilliant new ideas. My only hope is that Netflix doesn't make things too Hollywood and sticks to the tone and setting of the Korean production. But Hwang is here for fresh ideas and multiple directors and writers. Speaking of collaboration, he said, if I were to do it, I would certainly not do it alone. I consider using a writer's room and would want multiple experienced directors. Netflix executives revealed that they've been in talk with Hwang to see how his extremely busy schedule could be opened up for Season 2. He is a pretty big visionary, and the first season came straight from his mind, so having over 111 million views on his resume makes him in demand. But I think he'd be able to clear his schedule. With that said, we can still assume that the whole new cast would have to be recruited. As much as we love the old guys, the fact remains that they're all gone. But they could come back via flashbacks. The only ones that will for sure show up in Season 2 are frontman Hwang In-ho, Ji-hun, Sang-woo's mother, Se-book's brother, the recruiter Gang-yo, and a few others. So get ready for some fresh faces, people. But what do you think? Have any theories for Season 2? Let me know in the comment section, and if you enjoyed this video, then give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more. See you in the next one.
나랑 같이 해줘서